Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we from Group 6 will be discussing the case study on Tesco versus Sainsbury's growth strategies and corporate competitiveness. Aishadato will start the presentation with background, symptoms and major issue, followed by megatrends and analytical tool 1, Porter's 5 forces by Atik, analytical tool 2, critical success factors by Nadia, alternative and decision criteria by Azim, and finally recommendations by Nadia. Tesco was founded by Jack Cohens in London East End in 1919, where Cohens started with selling groceries in Wells Street Market. It was the aftermath of World War I, where the food supplies were low, and Cohens bought a damaged goods from other stores and resold them at lower price. The name Tesco was originated from a tea supplier, T.E. Stockwell, and combined with the first two letters of his name, CO, as the new label for the tea. The first Tesco store is opened in 1929, and later, Tesco was floated on the London Stock Exchange in 1947. Tesco reached a market share of about 30% in the United Kingdom, roughly the same as its rivals Sainsbury's and Asda combined, and ranks 6th in the international retail market. Tesco has greatly diversified, extending its business from food, clothing, financial services and telecommunication. Sainsbury's, the oldest food retailing chain in Britain, was established in 1869 by John James and Mary Ann Sainsbury. It later became a private company in 1922, with J. Sainsbury plc acting as a parent company of Sainsbury's, a chain of supermarkets in the United Kingdom. J. Sainsbury plc was the largest flotation on the London Stock Exchange in 1973, and Sainsbury is also engaged in property, banking and own real estate worth about €8.6 billion. In the 20th century, Sainsbury was the market leader in the UK supermarket sector, but lost its place to Tesco in 1995 and later pushed to the third place by Asda in 2003. UK retail market became more competitive at the beginning of 1990s, and the food market is dominated by three players, Tesco, Sainsbury and Asda held the position as price leader for some time, closely followed by Tesco. In the mid-1990s, competition intensified as a price war among the three emerged, resulting in squeezed margin and cost cutting. In general, prices of standard brands and private labels at both Tesco and Sainsbury's became closer, but they are different in their discounting policies. Tesco emphasized its low-price private labels, while Sainsbury's emphasized price reductions on the standard private labels. Next, I will continue with the symptoms. First, the consumer debt level in UK have reached record heights, resulting to negative saving rates and less room for consumption. According to UK Parliament statistics, debt as a proportion of household income rose from 85% in the 1997 to 148% in the early 2008. This will have impact on the expenditure and consumption level in the UK. Next, most food retailers' growth is expected to stem from non-food items. According to tescopoly.org, non-food retail has become increasingly regular feature of supermarket shopping and an increasingly important part of the activities of all the major supermarkets. Tesco became the UK's largest non-food retailer by 2007. Consolidation are expected to continue, where independent shops being closed, taken over or joining larger chains, and is evident in the declining number of total outlets, especially the independent ones. In addition, retailers try to gain the loyalty of their customers in various ways. For instance, Tesco has launched a club card system in 1995 and has become the most popular card in the UK, and followed by Sainsbury later. They introduced the Sainsbury's Reward Card in 1996. Lastly, technology has become the key and central to retail store activities that helps increase the convenience and enhance customer experience. The most obvious example is food companies giving customers the ability to order food in their own home and have them delivered. Based on these symptoms, we have come out with the major issue, which is whether Tesco can remain as the market leader in the UK and improve its position in the international market. As of March 2007, Tesco owns the largest market share in food retailing in the UK with 31.35% compared to Asda 16.83% and Sainsbury's 16.37%. At international market, Tesco ranks 6 behind Walmart, Carrefour, Home Depot, Metro and Royal Oak. Based on the major issue that we had determined, we agreed that Terry Lehigh, the CEO of Tesco, is the protagonist. As a CEO, he held the responsibility in making a major corporate decisions. Terry Lehigh held his position as CEO from 1997 up until March 2011.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Atik. I'm going to present the mega trends. There are 3 mega trends that have a great impact on Tesco. The first one is health and wellness awareness. According to John, Choi and Kim 2014, conducted a study to examine relationship among the healthy food awareness, behavioral intention towards healthy food, and actual behavior of Generation Y consumers. The study hypothesized that Generation Y consumers are aware of healthy foods and more likely to eat healthy foods while avoiding junk foods. So people are health conscious will prefer a healthy choice of food to consume. The second one is ethical concern, the protection of human rights, child labours, protection of environment, food to be produced with a minimum use of resources, thus limiting the pressure on the environment, public health, issue of hunger, malnutrition, diet and food safety would be aggressively addressed. So the world will rapidly reach a stage where everyone had access to an abundant, nutritionally adequate and safe diet. Last one is digitalization. Increased presence of e-commerce, the use of digital device in various steps of the purchasing process, as well as consumer recommendation and communication through social media. Then increasing use of digital mobile devices transform consumer practice in general, including shopping behavior. And communication concern the access to and exchange of information. Transaction concern the transfer of ownership, including monetary transaction and the actual purchase. And last one, distribution refers to the physical and tangible exchange of product. Analytical tools, we use Portal 5 forces and critical success factor. As for Portal 5 forces, is used to identify and analyze 5 competitive forces on Tesco in which operate in the supermarket industry. Tesco is the market leader in the UK and operates in a number of countries. So for the first trait of substitute product and services in which considerably low for food items and medium to high for non-food items. As for the retail market, the substitute to small chain is relatively no threat to the supermarket like Tesco, which offer high quality products at considerably lower prices. And then Tesco is further getting hold of the shop by opening express store in local towns and city centers, creating a barrier for this substitute to enter the market. However, for non-food items, it is fairly high. It is indicated as the economy prevails, customers tend to focus on reducing spending and are more attracted towards discounted prices. so it will threaten non-food items for Tesco. Then the threat of entry for new competitor is relatively low. This is due to high barrier to entry as the UK food retail industry is dominated by 4 major supermarkets, whom established in early 90s, such as Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's and Morrison, who together account for 62% of UK retail food sales. Tesco alone comprise of 30% of the total retail market. So they are very established supermarket with different strength and huge number of loyal customers. So for the new entrant, a huge amount of money is needed to be spent on marketing, setting up and creating supermarket ideas. They are able to suppress them. Then in terms of stock, these supermarkets are able to purchase products from supplier on a huge scale, meaning they get better deals and reduce costs. As a result, they provide a very competitive prices, which demotivate the new entrant as they also need to provide low price, which could extraordinarily reduce their profit. Okay, next, the intensity of competitive rivalry in retail industry is extremely high, as Tesco face intense competition from its direct competitors, including Asda, Sainsbury's, and Morrison, in which they are competing with each other in the form of price competition, advertising, promotion, innovation, service during and after sales. This is due to they are offering undifferentiated product and services. So the need to compete in terms of costing and offering the better deal to attract the new customer and keep as many loyal customers as possible. For instance, Tesco focused on its low price private label value and continue to cut price, while Sainsbury's focus on price reduction on the standard private label. Next, the bargaining power of buyer is fairly high. As mentioned previously, their product is a slight differentiate and are more standardized. So the switching cost is very low and the buyer can easily switch from one brand to another. And then, as customers are attracted to lower price, availability of online platform makes them easily compare to the price and thus selected. For instance, Tesco lose to Sainsbury in terms of online shoppers as their delivery charge is slightly higher by $1 than Sainsbury. Bargaining power of supply is fairly low, as supermarket like Tesco provide a wide range of product where there are many suppliers in particular product. They could pick and choose their supplier depending on price, quality and services. Moreover, suppliers need to get their product into the supermarket, so they need to have a contract with them. Moreover, Tesco also have a long-term relationship with supplier, such as the supplier partnering approach. They are able to maintain the supply for the long run.
My name is Nadia Hanisa, and I will proceed with the second analytical tool that our group has chosen, which is Critical Success Factors Analysis. Critical success factors refer to the components of a strategy in which companies of the same industry should excel in if they wish to outperform their competitors. Since Tesco has a lot of businesses and subsidiaries of different sectors, we believe that for this analysis, we should only focus on Tesco's main business, which is the retailing chain business, where they sell food and non-food items. We have determined 6 critical success factors that every business in the same industry as Tesco should excel in. The first one is brand image. Brand image refers to how customers perceive your brand. It is important to ensure that your company is only associated with positive attributes. The second factor is technology. Companies need to keep up with digitalization trends such as online shopping. The next factor is customer service. Companies need to ensure that their employees are well trained, helpful, and friendly so that the customer needs are met. The fourth factor is operational processes. Companies need to ensure that the operation hours are reasonable and the checkout process is efficient. The fifth critical success factor is the most important factor in our opinion, which is the product itself. companies of this industry should ensure that their products are of high quality so that their customers will feel as if they are getting their money's worth. This is because customers of this industry are very price sensitive. Companies should also provide a wide range of products so that customers will only go to them to purchase their essentials instead of their competitors. Finally, the last factor is location. The location of the stores should be strategic. And before you open up a store, the companies should consider the laws and regulations of that particular location, the demography, the competitors, as well as the current economic conditions of that location. Now, let's look at whether Tesco has excelled in all these factors that we have listed down. The first one, in terms of brand image, I believe that we are all familiar with the Tesco brand as it is an established household name. They are also associated with positive attributes such as good value for money. Therefore, we believe that Tesco has a strong brand image. Next, in terms of technology, Tesco has always been the pioneer in its industry in keeping up with digitalization trends. For example, it was the first company in the world to introduce online shopping for groceries. Moving on to the customer service, Tesco was also the first company in its industry in the UK to introduce a loyalty card program, which is their Tesco Club Card. Club Card members enjoy a lot of benefits, such as coupons. Their customer service department is also reachable in stores as well as via email or phone call. Moving on to the operational processes, Tesco operates daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is quite reasonable. In terms of the checkout process, Tesco offers two methods, the first one being the traditional counters, and the second one is self-checkout counters. This reduces waiting time as well as increases efficiency. In terms of the products, Tesco offers high-quality goods and they also carry a wide range of products. For example, they have their finest range, which is their premium range, and their value range. This appeals to customers of all income levels. Finally, Tesco has different store formats for different locations. For example, their standard store size, which is the Tesco Superstore, is opened in suburbs of cities, whereas a smaller version of their Superstore, which is their Tesco Metro, is opened in busy city centers. Tesco has also expanded its business worldwide. Therefore, after analyzing these factors, we believe that Tesco has excelled in most of the critical success factors that we have listed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I, Muhammad Azim, I will continue the presentation. Today, I will cover two parts of this discussion, which are alternative and decision criteria. I will start the discussion with recommend two alternatives to Tesco. For the first alternative, we suggest to Tesco to consolidate with Sainsbury. It is because consolidation with other companies can give benefit each other. The successful consolidation can improve customer service, growth market share, and reduce overall operating costs. As we all know that increasing market share reflects that the sale of company is performing well. Indeed, we know that when the market share is higher, it places the company at a competitive advantage. It is because when the market share of the company increase, the revenue also increase. From this alternative, they can dominate the business in their market. The second alternative is penetrate new market. Market penetration refers to the successful selling of a product or service in a specific market. It is also can be understood as a strategy to enter the new market in established country. When expanding the business in other country, Tesco can boost initial sale by setting price lower than other competitor. This pricing strategy will be working well if the customer are price sensitive. Moreover, Tesco can launch the new product into the market. In the case has stated that Tesco has diversified, which extending the business line from food to non-food, clothing, financial service, and telecommunication. This can be easily capitalized on by using the heightened awareness from customer about a particular product to establish a strong brand presence. Lastly, Tesco should discover new target customer within a larger population. Moving on to the decision criteria. These decision criteria are used to identify which alternative is the best for the company to solve their major issue. The first decision criteria that we will look upon is the market share. The decision that we choose need to be able to increase the company market share in its industry. Increasing market share reflects that the sale of company is performing well. Indeed, we know that when the market share is higher, it places the company at a competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is referring to factors that allow a company to produce goods or services better or more cheaply than its rival. Other than that, when the sales are high, bulk purchase from the suppliers will often be made, hence resulting the company to have greater buying power, which will benefit the company in receiving a better and cheap price from the suppliers. From this advantage, they can dominate the business in their market. Next, the decision criteria that we will take into consideration is profitability. Profitability measures the efficiency and the level success of the business. The alternative that we choose must be able to increase the profitability of the company. When the profit is higher, we can assume that the company managed to effectively control the cost, or the sale is increasing rapidly faster than operating costs. Therefore, we can conclude the business operation and management of the company has been successfully run, giving assurance that the company will be able to continue competing among the industry players in future. Tesco is aiming to become the market leader of the industry. A market leader typically enjoys the largest market share or the largest percentage of the total sales in a given market. Hence, considering the market share as an indicator of evaluate the growth of the company is reliable. By referring to the market share of the company, they are able to know their current position, which allow them to have specific target on how much more sales to be made in order for them to dominate the industry. To add on, company with the largest market share in an industry often use its dominance to affect the competitive landscape and direction to market tax, hence putting them at the greatest position. Lastly is cost efficiency. From the case, Tesco's action in reducing the reliability on logistics clearly depicts that the company wanted to decrease their cost. By decreasing the cost, Tesco will be able to offer affordable selling price to the market. Hence, demand for their product will increase, which lead to increment of sales. Therefore, profitability as a decision criterion allow the company to analyze both their sales and costs. Thank you. That was from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Since we have chosen alternative 2, which is the penetration of new market, as well as the increment of stores in established countries, we have come up with recommendations to support that decision. The first one is that Tesco should consider doing a market research before they expand their business. The market research should consist of factors such as the economic position of the countries that they are about to penetrate, as well as the suitability of location and the customer preferences in that country. In the short term, Tesco should add more stores in the countries that they are already established in, such as China, whereas in the long term, they should consider penetrating new market and opening up business in countries that they haven't already, such as India. The reason we have chosen these two countries is because the countries have shown prominent GDP growth during recession, which means that their customer purchasing power is not affected that badly during trying times. Therefore, we believe that Tesco should consider opening up more stores in China and expand their business into India. This concludes the end of our presentation. Thank you for your undivided attention and feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below. We will address your questions shortly, inshallah. Again, thank you and Assalamualaikum. Moving on to the operational processes, Tesco operates daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is quite reasonable. In terms of the checkout process, Tesco offers two methods, the first one being the traditional counters, and the second one is self-checkout counters. This reduces waiting time as well as increases efficiency. In terms of the products, Tesco offers high-quality goods, and they also carry a wide range of products. For example, they have their finest range, which is their premium range, and their value range. This appeals to customers of all income levels. Finally, Tesco has different store formats for different locations. For example, their standard store size, which is the Tesco Superstore, is opened in suburbs of cities, whereas a smaller version of their Superstore, which is their Tesco Metro, is opened in busy city centers. Tesco has also expanded its business worldwide. Therefore, after analyzing these factors, we believe that Tesco has excelled in most of the critical success factors that we have listed.